In Christianity, the end times, the final chapter, isn't a whimper, it's a mic drop. The world doesn't just end. It closes with a grand, terrifying, and ultimately triumphant spectacle described mainly in the book of Revelation. Picture this. The world descends into chaos. Not a gradual decline, but an accelerated freefall. This is the Great Tribulation, a period of unprecedented suffering where 7 seals are broken, 7 trumpets sound, and 7 bowls of God's wrath are poured out. We're talking natural disasters on a global scale. Plagues, famine, wars, and the rise of the Antichrist. A charismatic deceiver who demands worship and marks his followers with the infamous mark of the beast. For some, the faithful might be raptured, snatched away to safety before this horror show begins. For everyone else, it's a battle for survival against overwhelming evil. But it's not all doom. Just when things look most hopeless, Jesus Christ returns in glory, often depicted riding a white horse, leading heavenly armies. This is Armageddon, the ultimate showdown between good and evil, where the Antichrist and his forces are utterly defeated. Then comes the judgment, not just for the living, but for the dead, resurrected to face their eternal fate. The old heaven and earth pass away, consumed by fire, making way for a new heaven and a new earth, a perfect, eternal paradise where God dwells with humanity, and all suffering, tears, and death are finally erased. It's an ending that promises not annihilation but ultimate renewal, a divine reset where everything broken is made whole. In Islam, Yawm al-Qiyamah, the Day of Judgment, the world doesn't just end. It unravels with a series of divine warnings leading to the Day of Judgment. This isn't a sudden snap, but a gradual escalation starting with minor signs that reflect humanity's moral decay, widespread corruption, ignorance, constant wars, people abandoning faith, and natural disasters becoming commonplace. It's like the universe is slowly losing its balance, hinting at something bigger to come. Then the major signs hit, signaling the end is truly nigh. First, the false messiah, Al-Dajjal, appears, a one-eyed deceiver who performs miracles and lures millions away from God, acting like a cosmic con artist. Right on his heels, Jesus returns to Earth not as a new prophet, but to defeat Al-Dajjal, restoring justice and peace. But the world's troubles aren't over. The monstrous tribes of Gog and Magog break free, unleashing devastation. There are 3 massive landslips across the globe. A mysterious smoke covers the earth, and a beast emerges to mark people as believers or disbelievers. The sun then rises from the west, a dramatic reversal of cosmic order. Finally, a great fire sweeps across the land, driving humanity to the plains of assembly. A single trumpet blast by the angel Israfil then signals the death of all living things, followed by a second blast for resurrection. All souls return to their bodies, gathered for the ultimate accounting. Every action, thought, and intention is laid bare. Judgment passed, heaven and hell. It's an ending that emphasizes accountability, a divine audit where every soul faces the consequences of their life. For Judaism, Olam Haba, the Messianic era, the world doesn't end with a bang or a whimper, but with a radical, transformative shift towards perfection. It's not about destruction, but about completion. A Messianic era known as Olam Haba. This future isn't a new creation, but the current world brought to its ultimate potential, like an old house meticulously renovated into a palace. The key event is the arrival of the Mashiach, Messiah, a human descendant of King David who will usher in an age of universal peace and spiritual enlightenment. This isn't an apocalypse movie, it's a global awakening. The Messiah will gather all Jewish exiles back to the land of Israel, rebuilding the third temple in Jerusalem. But the impact stretches far beyond one nation. The entire world will come to know God. War will cease, suffering will vanish. People will live longer, healthier lives, devoting themselves to spiritual study and good deeds. Even the animals will live in harmony, with the wolf lying down with the lamb. The resurrection of the dead is also a central belief where souls are reunited with their bodies to participate in this perfected world. It's not a punitive judgment, but a final act of divine justice and redemption. The focus is on continuity and spiritual refinement, not cosmic annihilation. The world isn't being destroyed, it's being perfected, evolving into its intended ideal state, where humanity finally fulfills its purpose. In Hinduism, the cosmic cycle, and pralaya, the universe isn't ending, it's just hitting the reset button. The concept is cyclical, a grand cosmic dance of creation, preservation, and dissolution repeated over vast stretches of time called yugas. We're currently living in the Kali Yuga, the final and darkest age characterized by moral decay, conflict, ignorance, and a decline in human spirituality and lifespan. It's like the world is running on old buggy software gradually crashing. As the Kali Yuga reaches its peak of depravity, Vishnu, the preserver god, will descend to earth as his 10th avatar, Kalki. He's often depicted as a warrior on a white horse, wielding a flaming sword, a cosmic cleanup crew sent to eradicate evil and restore dharma, righteousness. Following Kalki's intervention, the universe enters a phase of pralaya, a cosmic dissolution. This isn't a sudden explosion, but a gradual unmaking. First, great floods inundate the earth, submerging everything. Then intense fires consume the waters, drying out the planet. Finally, powerful winds scatter the remaining elements until the universe dissolves back into its primal, unmanifest state. This period of non-existence can last for billions of human years. After this cosmic night, Brahma, the creator god, awakens and begins a new cycle of creation, forming a new universe, new worlds, and new beings. It's an ending that's really just a prelude to a fresh start, ensuring that existence continues in an endless loop of cosmic regeneration. Buddhism, the decline of dharma and cosmic decay, offers no fiery apocalypse, just the slow, inevitable fade to nothing, emphasizing impermanence and ishka. The world isn't destroyed by divine wrath, but but by its own inherent nature of decay and change. The focus is less on a cataclysmic end and more on the constant, subtle ending of all things. However, prophecies do describe a future where the Dharma, Buddha's teachings, gradually declines. It's like a priceless manuscript slowly eroding with time. As the Dharma is forgotten, human morality will decline, leading to increased suffering, greed, and hatred. Lifespans will decrease, and natural disasters will become more frequent, mirroring humanity's inner turmoil. Eventually, the Earth itself will undergo a series of cataclysms, first destroyed by fire, then by water, and finally by wind, until it dissolves completely. This isn't a judgment, it's just the universe playing out its natural cycle of arising and passing away. Long, long in the future, when humanity has recovered and reached a new golden age, a new Buddha, Maitreya, will appear to reteach the Dharma. But even this golden age is impermanent. The ultimate goal in Buddhism isn't to prevent the world's end, but to achieve individual liberation from the cycle of suffering, samsara, before the inevitable decay. The world isn't something to be saved, it's a temporary stage to achieve enlightenment. The end is just another beginning, and the only true escape is within. In Norse mythology, Ragnarok, the gods themselves are going down in one glorious bloody brawl, known as the Doom of the Gods. This isn't just the end of the world, it's the end of an age, a cosmic prophecy of destruction and renewal. The signs begin with Fimbul Winter, 3 years of relentless winter with no summer in between, plunging the world into icy despair. Moral order collapses, brothers fight brothers and giant wolves. Skull and Hati finally devour the sun and moon, plunging the 9 realms into darkness. Earthquakes rack the land, and the monstrous Fenris wolf breaks free from his chains. The colossal Midgard serpent rises from the ocean, spewing venom, triggering a tidal wave of destruction. Jormungandr, the serpent, and Thor, the god of thunder, clash in a deadly embrace, killing each other. The giant army led by Loki attacks the gods of Asgard. Heimdall blows his horn, Gjallarhorn, to signal the final battle. Odin, the Allfather, rides into battle against Fenris and is swallowed whole. Fire giant Surt sets the world ablaze with his flaming sword, consuming everything in fire and ash. The 9 realms sink beneath the waves, but from the watery depths, a new green world emerges. A few gods survive, and 2 human survivors, Lif and Lifthrasir, sheltered in a hidden forest, repopulate the earth. It's a harsh, epic ending, but one that promises renewal. A fresh start for a world cleansed by fire and flood. In Zoroastrianism, Frashokareti, the final renovation, evil gets one final, fiery purification. This ancient Persian religion envisions the end not as a chaotic apocalypse, but as a deliberate, cosmic healing process initiated by the benevolent god Ahura Mazda to ultimately defeat evil once and for all. It's a grand, purifying final act. The end times are marked by a series of saviors, culminating in the Saoshyant, who is born of a virgin and will lead humanity in a final, decisive battle against the forces of Angra Mainyu, the evil spirit. This isn't a quick skirmish. The Saoshyant and his companions participate in the ritual preparation of a drink called Haoma, which grants immortality. Then comes the pivotal moment. Molten metal flows like a river across the earth, all humanity. The righteous and the wicked must pass through this river of fire. For the righteous, it feels like warm milk. For the wicked, it's agonizing molten metal, purifying their souls. After this, there is a universal resurrection of the dead, followed by a final judgment where all souls are made pure. Angra Mainyu and his demons are utterly defeated and banished from creation. The earth is renewed, becoming a paradise where eternal peace, perfect health, and immortality reign. Humanity achieves full union with Ahura Mazda, living in harmony forever. It's an ending built on redemption and restoration, where good definitively triumphs, leaving no room for evil to return. The Mayan civilization, the end of cycles, with its intricate calendar system, envisioned the end of cycles, not necessarily the end of the world. For them, time was cyclical, not linear. The most famous end was the conclusion of a great cycle of their long count calendar on December 21, 2012. Many people in the modern world saw this as a doomsday prophecy, but for the Maya, it was more like a cosmic New Year's Eve, a time of profound transformation and renewal. This wasn't a destructive event, but a calendrical reset. Imagine a giant clock reaching midnight. The old cycle ends and a new one begins. The world itself doesn't vanish. Instead, the Maya believed this marked a period of intense spiritual change, a new era for humanity. It might bring dramatic events, but these were understood as catalysts for evolution, not annihilation. Think of it as a major software update for the cosmos. The end of one cycle simply meant the beginning of another, allowing for continuous creation and regeneration. It's an end that highlights change as a fundamental aspect of existence, a recurring opportunity for rebirth and fresh possibilities, rather than a final judgment.